and welcome to Friday Feeling Tips here with Miss Vic. I hope I know that you're keeping safe and you're staying strong wherever you find yourself. So today I come your way for us to look a bit on empathy. For some of us, we sometimes think empathy is sympathy, but would kind of have that conversation today. Would be able to really get to know the difference between empathy and also sympathy. And so when we talk about empathy, it's actually feeling what someone is feeling. So in a simplest form, we always say that's trying to be in somebody's shoes. And so you get to understand what the person is going through and how the person is feeling and all of that. But when it comes to sympathy, it's actually having pity, like you're feeling sorry for somebody. And whilst you're not supposed to feel sorry for them, like you're supposed to really empathize with them. We have times that we feel sorry. Maybe sometimes when someone is dead, you kind of sympathize with them because you feel sorry for that person's loss or something like that. But for instance, someone is going through a situation, you don't sympathize with that person. You really empathize with the person. Get to feel what the person is feeling. Get to understand what the person is going through because you're trying to be in the person's shoes. So I'm just telling you a story. Yesterday, I was in the house, and then this young child, a person with disability, came. He has been coming around for some time now to play with my cousins. The children in the community for for some time. But we have met for twice. I mean, two times. So on our second meeting, like when he came into the house, he was holding a bottle that he bought from, outside, and then all of us he dropped the bottle into the our barrel that we fetch the water into. And all of a sudden I got so angry, like, how can you do that? So I was going to scold him, and immediately he said, oh, he's sorry. When he said that, like, I felt bad for, like, trying to even react or think of even reacting in the first place. And then I went to sit down, and he came to sit beside me, and then the conversation started from there. And getting to have that conversation, I felt it was a time of um, change of mind, or I really got to understand his situation better because sometimes our country, for instance, we sometimes have misconceptions and perception about persons with disability, and we think they are all, from all sort of places. And sometimes we don't really want to even care for them. We don't even want to appreciate them. We don't even want to get closer to them because of the way we think. But it's high time we have empathy on persons with disability. It's high time we have empathy even on ourselves and even with others, because empathy helps us to connect with somebody. Because it's not sometimes someone doesn't really need your money. All they need from you is for you to empathize, because when you are able to empathize with them, you get to really respect them, you get to listen to them, and you get to also share ideas as to best ways to really solve such situations. The world doesn't need anything more. It needs empathy. If we are able to empathize with each other, nurses being empathetic towards their patients, doctors being empathetic, lawyers, bankers, we being empathetic towards each other, I think the world will be a good place to be in, because we get to feel for what somebody is feeling, and because we are empathetic towards that person, we don't do things that would harm people. We don't do things that would hurt the other opponents, because we get to feel